Good morning.
Good morning.
From another state in Brazil, in the south region of Brazil. We left Paraná and Curitiba, drove around 3 hours, and we are in Santa Catarina. And we are in a city that is known for being the German city, Blumenau. This building right here, which has the characteristics of German architecture and looks really fantastic, is the city hall of the city of Blumenau. And today we are going to walk around, explore the city and show it to you guys. The city is known as the German city because there is a majority of people in this city that are German, or I would say German descendant. And even the sign in front of the city hall, "I love Blumenau," is written in German. So this is the beautiful place. Blumenau was founded in 1850 and currently has a population of 362,000 people. Also, it is considered to be the third largest city of the state of Santa Catarina. The distance of Blumenau from the capital of the state, Florianopolis, is 130 kilometers. Where we are, right next to the city hall, is another landmark of the city. It's called Rua 15 de Novembro, which is the 15th of November. And even right in front of the city hall, you see there is all of these signs. There's cafeteria, there is the metal bridge that is right over there in the distance. And Rua 15 de Novembro, or 15th of November, has a lot of tourist attractions, and we are going to go see the rest of them. But the first one would be this train that is here just for people to see, and I think for kids to take a picture of. And another attraction that is very cute is this one. This is a flower clock that has a very nice design, and is another one of the attractions, the tourist attractions that you see when you come here. Oh, and it's actually working. Wow, perfect. Yeah. Very cute. So, as I mentioned, this is the Rua de 15 November, or 15th of November, which is another very cute street. And as we're walking here, I'm gonna talk to you guys about the history of the city a little bit. The city was founded in 1850, and it was founded by a German chemist and pharmacist called Hermann Blumenau, therefore the name of the city, Blumenau. He arrived here on a boat via Itajaí-Açu River, and he was accompanied by 17 other German immigrants. And that's why in the city, as you walk around, you see a lot of German style or Dutch style buildings. The German culture and heritage is celebrated very, very proudly. It's a very strong impact and influence that it has had.
I would say they are more Germans than Brazilians.
Yes, yeah, in this city, when you're walking around, you feel like you're more in Europe. And
themselves, I believe, here, the people who live in the city.
yeah, they are more proud of, I think, their German descendants than being Brazilian.
Herman Otto Blumenau, he came to Brazil actually because he was given some agricultural land to develop the community here by the Portuguese Empire. So then this was around like 1850. What happened is that it worked so well that the place grew so much, everything was booming, so it drew the eyes of the government. So they decided to take the land back, put Blumenau, Herman Blumenau, as just the manager of the place, and then they decided that in 1880 then the city Blumenau became a municipality. So that's the story about like why he came here. And then of course he came with many other, like initially few people, and then after that of course many other immigrants from Germany. They came in 1883 after like the Blumenau became a municipality. There was a flood that destroyed the whole city, all the roads, like the houses, everything else. But fortunately the city was able to recover, and it is what it is today.
As you walk on the Rua 15 de Novembro, you will also have this map that shows all of the touristic points of Blumenau on the map, and then you can find them and see what it is. Speaking of tourist attractions, we are also in front of this building. This building is a theater called Teatro Carlos Gomes. It was inaugurated in 1942, but it is also mentioned here that on 10th of December 1935 the plans for construction also started, but fully inaugurated in 1942. Another landmark of the city is this building that is currently a department store. It is very famous, this department store. All over Brazil you have it. It's called Havan, as it's written on top. It is kind of like Walmart, but in Brazil Havan mostly has like home supplies and clothes and textile and stuff like that. This building used to be another department store called Moalman years ago. Then Havan bought it, did another like not construction but renovation to keep the style of the architecture of the building, and is still a store for Havan. And since we are just in front of the store of Havan, I just wanted to also show you inside. As you can see, it's almost the same style as Walmart or Target, and it's mostly for clothes, because in this region this is a very common business, production of clothes. Also right in front it's written Antigo Castelinho Moelman, which is the company. Moelman was the company that I mentioned was here, and they call it Castellino, like a little castle, and has all the information on this side in Portuguese, and then in the back you have the English and the German translation.
So this building, it was built actually in 1978, and it was for more than 20 years was like a store for construction material and many other products, and then apparently then they were selling everything. And it was inspired by the first and the oldest city hall in Germany, that was built in 1484. So it's like the building was like inspired by that city hall in Germany. One thing very nice about the city in Blumenau is that the government here, they give a lot of financial incentives for the business to preserve, to restore, or to build buildings where the business is going to be that keep this style, the Dutch style. So the city keeps like this identity of being like a German descendant.
Which is like right here. Across the street, you see all of these buildings. They have all kept that style.
So many buildings that you're gonna see, they are in the like European style, the Dutch style, but they are not from the time like from 1850s when the first Germans started arriving here. They're gonna be more recent because there is this financial incentive from the government to keep the city with this identity.
Speaking of the style and the architecture of the buildings that the city is trying very hard to preserve, on this street, 15th of November, there are 48 buildings that are considered patrimonial to the city, and you cannot modify them anymore. You have to keep that original style. Speaking of preserving German heritage, Blumenau is the location where the biggest Oktoberfest, which is the beer festival, takes place in the world after Germany. So first it's in Germany, and then the second largest one in the world is in Blumenau. We will talk to you guys about that festival more, but just to mention that the main place where it happens is another neighborhood that we are going to see, but during the day, during Oktoberfest, here also on 15th of November, 15 November, is also full of people celebrating that festivities. Another very interesting fact about Blumenau is that Blumenau is the city that had the first radio station in Santa Catarina. Also, as you can see, the amount of small businesses and bigger companies that exist here makes Blumenau one of the wealthiest regions in the state of Santa Catarina. And the main economic contributors are the following: the textile business, clothing, beer, which we will talk to you about more, and of course tourism. In Blumenau you have the highest concentration of textile production. So in this store I think you can buy everything for Oktoberfest. The costumes and the mugs. The mugs, glasses, whatever you call them, and they are metal, so it will keep your beer very, very cold. And in case you drink too much that you cannot control your hands even, there is a strap that goes around your body so you can make sure that you have secured your glass of beer.
Never lose it.
Exactly. As I mentioned, that the business of producing textile, clothes and everything else is very common here. This is one example. This is a store that sells like sheets, bedding stuff, blankets, pillow covers, towels, everything. And this building is where Dr. Blumenau, the German chemist and pharmacist that came here in Blumenau, and where the name of the city comes from. He is buried here. This is like a memorial in his honor. Across the street there is also a beer museum. On this side also there is another building. I believe this is the Fundação Cultural. So this is the Museum of Art, and has the flags of the city and the state plus the Brazilian flag. The building on the corner is a restaurant. This square is called Praça Hercílio Luz, and this is the Museum of Beer of Blumenau that we mentioned before. So it's right next to this square. So next to this square there is also this explanation. It says, in the early days of colonization, this was the main place for social gatherings in the city because it was located in front of the main offices of the colony and next to the river port. The river, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but over there basically it's a bridge, and the river goes under and it goes through the city, as I showed in the beginning of the video with the drone images. And that's the main reason the city was flooded also heavily, which we will talk about pretty soon. But back to the square, its cornerstone was placed in 1900. The plaza began to be implemented in 1903. In 1919 they restored it, and it was called Hercílio Luz Plaza in honor of Santa Catarina's first elected Republican governor. There you have it. We are now in front of the street called Rua das Palmeiras, or the Street of the Palm Trees. Rua das Palmeiras was basically the first planned street here in Blumenau, and in 1876 they started planting palm trees here, and as you can see it just continues and goes way to the end. It's a very, very cute touch. One more thing that is very important and very interesting, we were just talking about that, is security. You really don't feel concerned about security at all walking around the city. After Sao Paulo, when we are going further south, like Curitiba, a bit maybe just in downtown core, but again nothing even compared to Rio and Sao Paulo. Even Rio and Sao Paulo, as I mentioned in those videos, nothing really happened, but you have to always watch your back. Here it's really comfortable,
Completely relaxed.
completely. You don't need to worry about anything. And you don't see a lot of like security cameras or anything.
No security cameras, nobody warning us about our cell phones.
Yeah,
like, nothing, not at all.
No. So it's a very, very nice change for us, let's say, that now that we're going around with the cell phones, with the camera, it's very, very relaxed. And if you come here, you don't need to worry about safety at all.
But of course, if this changes, we are gonna let you know.
yeah, so far, but no, I don't think so. Like sometimes you go to a new city, by just walking around the city, you can have a feeling, you feel the energy of the city. Sometimes the energy is tense. Here, nothing to worry about. We are now at a place called Parque Vila Germânica. This place is very, very interesting, and when you come to Blumenau, you absolutely have to come here and visit this place too. Where we are, which is called Vila Germânica, is where the Oktoberfest happens in Blumenau. Oktoberfest, as you might know, is the beer festival, and in Germany is the biggest in the world. After Germany, the second biggest in the world, or the biggest outside of Germany, happens here in Blumenau. And historically speaking, there is a reason why it happens here, not just because the city has a lot of people with German descendants, but it has something to do with the flooding. As we mentioned that the city has a river that goes through the whole city. In 1883, there was heavy rain, and that caused big flooding in the city. When that flood of 1883 happened, unfortunately it destroyed everything in the city, roads, bridges, everything. So they had to rebuild the city, and thankfully everything went back to normal. However, interestingly enough, exactly 100 years after, in 1983, again there was major flooding that once again destroyed the whole city in 1983. So in order to lift the spirit of the city and also economically help the city, 1 year later in 1984 they decided to come up with this idea of having an Oktoberfest here in Blumenau, and the rest is history. Since then it has become what it is. This little part of town that they call it Vila Germânica, it kind of explodes because every year during the Oktoberfest, that is for 17 days, there will be more than 500,000 tourists that come to Blumenau. So it's a huge deal, and economically it helps the economy of the city a lot, and there is an excuse to get together and drink a lot of beer. So because of that also the beer production is very, very strong and famous. And also there's the museum of beer, as we showed you, and some of the most famous brands of beer like Eisenbahn that are produced in Brazil, they are actually located here in Blumenau. And the rest of the year that there is no Oktoberfest, when you come here as a tourist, it is just a beautiful place to see. It's full of restaurants, coffee shops, gift shops, and much more. And when you come to Vila Germânica, you also eat here. Like, look at the size of my plate. My God, I'm gonna explode again. But the food is good. There is some schnitzel, the chicken, and stroganoff,
which is a Russian dish.
Yes, but in Brazil, stroganoff, you have it everywhere.
And they have the chucrute and like the
cabbage,
like purple cabbage, and the chucrute, which is like very, very typical.
Absolutely. So when you come to Blumenau, come to Vila Germânica to eat. And the scenery is also very nice. We are right next to the entrance of the whole place with a lot of nice decorations for Oktoberfest. Really nice. So we're gonna have this and continue the tour. So lunch was done. 2 dishes. It's a buffet, so you eat as much as you want, and 2 drinks with all the other fees. It was 174 reais. Now we're gonna just stick around a little bit, go around the Vila Germânica, and continue discovering this beautiful place. Obviously the gift shops, they all have items that are related to Deutschland, Blumenau, Oktoberfest. There's also a touristic map of Blumenau inside Vila Germânica that has all of the touristic points that in the city if you want to go and visit them. And Mariana found herself two very nice friends. Do you know them, Mariana? It's very cute.
Afrida.
Afrida.
Essa é a Frida.
And this one
Esse é o
is
Fritz.
Fritz. Oh yes. Oh yeah. And in the bathroom too, in the restaurant, it's written Frida for ladies' room, and then Fritz for men's room. So while we have Frida and Fritz with us, guys, good to have you in the background. We're gonna end the video here. We really hope you enjoyed the city of Blumenau. We definitely did. Food was amazing. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.